So then if they were to go back and pay it, then we'd have to pay it back into the TIF fund, what we reimbursed.
Any other questions? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion.
Neil is
Oh,
on the
excuse
line.
me.
Well, I'm just saying, I think Neil's on the line if anybody has any questions for Neil.
Oh, okay, I didn't know he was on. Are you on the line, Neil?
Yes, I am.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Neil from the LBIC side? Hearing none? Thanks, Neil. I'd entertain,
Motion approving the addendum to the Lamar's loan agreement between the city of Lamar's and the Lamar's Business Initiative Corporation, reducing payment amounts for up to 9 months and extending the terms up to 9 months.
is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. Approving an addendum to the loan agreement between the city of Lamar's and the Lamar's Business Initiative Corporation, reducing payment amount for up to 9 months and extending the terms up to 9 months. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, moving on to surplus property. At the November 20th, 2018, the City of Lamar's approved a resolution of assignment giving control of the former senior center site at 110.5 6th Avenue Northeast to Floyd Valley Healthcare Board of Trustees. Floyd Valley Healthcare has been using the building for storage. The cost to renovate the building for a more useful purpose is not cost effective. The Floyd Valley Healthcare Board of Trustees is requesting the building be demolished so that they may increase parking on the hospital campus. The recommendation of the administration recommends the council proceed with declaring the building surplus and permitting Floyd Valley Healthcare to have the building demolished. The financial side of it is all demolition will be paid for by Floyd Valley Healthcare.
Motion to declare the former senior center building at 110.5 6th Avenue Northeast surplus and permit Floyd Valley Healthcare to have the building demolished.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Clark.
I'd like to ask a question before we move to the motion.
Excuse me?
I'd like to ask a question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Now, we gotta make Dustin's trip worthwhile.
Yeah.
I think my biggest concern is when I look at the building and where the building attaches on
Yeah.
to
The apartments?
the apartments. Now, I assume that the footing goes down to the apartment straight down. And what looked like just the building is there, and then there's this other area beyond that. Is that coming down also?
All that connection, that interconnection between the two, there's already been some discussion with, boy, help me.
Weinberg.
Yeah, Lou Weinberg.
Lou Weinberg.
I mean, so he's aware of what is gonna happen. So there's been conversation, so that'll be figured out,
Okay.
how that separation will actually happen.
Yeah, I just want to be sure we weren't messing with footings or anything there on that old building.
Yeah, he does, I don't know whether or not we have plans for the senior center, Ken, for the old senior center,
Yeah,
but I know, I believe Lou has plans for, what he uses, that portion.
well, he's about 8 or 10 years late on his plans, so. The other question, have we had an engineer look at it, or will there be somebody there?
I do not believe so yet.
Dustin?
Have we had,
The question-
have we had an engineer look at what we're doing before we start?
We have not yet. We wanted to make this the first approval process, and then we move forward with that.
Okay, that's my question.
I didn't mean to.
No, it's all right.
Any other questions for Dustin? It didn't take long, Dustin.
Thanks, Mayor.
Okay, at this time, I'd entertain a motion.
Not yet.
Motion made and second to declare the former senior center building at 110.5 6th Avenue Northeast surplus and to permit Floyd Valley Healthcare to have the building demolished. All those in favor?
One question, do we have to offer it? I mean, I'm just asking, if it's surplus, does it have to be offered, just openly offered for somebody else or not?
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
This would be very similar, probably, Clark, the closest I can equate it to is how we did it with the old PD building. We just declared it surplus and we demoed
Okay,
it.
I just didn't want to get into some, okay. Legal argument.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Where are we at on this thing?
Well,
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Aye.
Motion carried.
I apologize, I interrupted.
That's all right,
you.
that's all right, that's all right.
The people that are moving out, are they looking for a building? Do we still have the Bolton Park
They've already moved up.
building? Yeah, I know we have.
Okay.
I'm always looking for somebody to get into that Bolster Park building. It's sitting there, perfect little building.
Yeah, I believe somebody's using that one.
Trying to use it for storage.
Yep.
Okay, moving on then to discussion. Clark, any discussion?
Just one thing.
Thanks, Dustin.
Thanks, Dustin.
Just one thing, did we evaluate 24th Street? Clear up on the south end, basically, you're gonna know it as Marty Pippin's addition. That road that leads from K-49 to the addition, about a quarter mile, is in serious disrepair, and I think it's gonna need some city attention. You know, I don't know if it's blacktop overlay or exactly what, porcelain cement, but I think that road needs some serious attention. We got, what, 12 houses out there, probably all averaging about $6,000 a year in property taxes. I think we need to take a pretty hard look at that road. Okay?
I think I just drove it last week and I didn't notice anything. I'll look at it again though.
Okay.
My pickup didn't sink away, but I'll look at it.
Yeah, just take a look at it, see what you think.
Are they annexed into the city limits?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm just thinking of the, up there, by Wells Corporate, you know, we got 4 or 5 houses up there, we put in a nice road, we got, golf course, we got a nice road going out there, we've got these different areas, and I think we need to take care of them, so I just, yeah, okay, thanks,
Good
Jason.
point.
Thanks,
Good
Jason.
point. Did I answer your
That's it,
question?
that's it, yep.
Ken?
Nothing, thank you.
Rex, do you have anything?
Actually, I'm good. One thing I was gonna say when we were talking about Christmas lights is, even compared to downtown, you just drive around anywhere in our town, and we've got, 4,000 residences, and a whole lot of them are lit up at night, and the town is really looking good.
Thank you, Rex, for those comments. Steve?
Nothing for me.
Mike?
No, thank you.
Did I miss anybody? No. Okay. All righty. City Administrator. Jason, you're on.
Well, I'll go back up. Included in your packet is the list of fees. Just for you to kind of look at, we did think, I guess, originally that we were going to try to get approval today. But maybe you guys should just look them over. I don't think there's any huge changes as of now. Campground, I want you to look at that. I threw that in there, and that comes strictly off of a recommendation of our campground manager from last year. So I put that on there. There's a quick claim deed there, cemetery increase. You can look through them, sure. Fire services, I believe Dave just follows state. with them. I took the, let me explain this one, I don't know what page it is. Fourth page, maybe?
Engineering?
Yeah, engineering, I think that's a carryover, it's been on there for quite some time. Goes back, I believe, to when we used to have an engineering department, and we had myself and Gary were inspectors. I mean, so that was our fee for when we did inspections. We don't have an engineering department anymore. So I don't see where a point where the city would ever charge that. So I'm just recommending that goes away, but that's up to you. It's not hurting anything being on there.
Why did Shirley drop her color page copy price? It went down, am I seeing that right?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Buck and, huh?
No, I haven't,
I mean, no big deal,
I haven't spoken to
Over
Shirley.
at the library meeting, I probably would've found out, right? Okay, that's fine, I just noticed it went down.
Jason, I do want to point out one thing, and I asked Bev about this yesterday. On the industrial railroad spur, the tariffs for the track usage, a minimum of $50 to $100 a month, a maximum of $600. And Bev, you might want to explain that, where it came from. Our agreement with Burlington Junction Railroad is, and when we set the original agreements up with them, was that when we, say the city, got to, I think it's 1,200 cars, it's either 12 or 1,500 cars a year, that that time, we would be getting a tariff usage through Burlington Junction at $50 a car. And I think where this came about, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bev, but I think when we first set this up many years ago, we set these figures up, but we got a tremendous amount of discouragement from our industries. And so I think we finally ended up just dropping it, didn't we? Am I reading that right?
We originally billed them, but I think maybe Burlington Junction took over.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that really, it's worth being, it isn't worth being in there because of the new agreement we've got with Burlington Junction themselves at the rate of, when we hit, it's either 12 or 1,500 cars. And I've been following it each month. We're up, I think, through November, we're up to about 1,000 cars right now that we've moved so far this year. Any questions on that? I didn't mean to interrupt that, Jason, but I caught that yesterday.
Okay. So that's in there, if you want to look it over, that the approval will come then January 5th. Let's see, what else do I have? CWC, maybe you've heard on the radio, the new addition is open and is being used. They've, YMCA staff has made that move from existing space to new space. I think it was Saturday, I think was the first day. So started this week, like I've said before, crews will tear into renovating some of those existing spaces, and that's mid-January. We had a meeting yesterday, mid-January for completion of that stuff. The dog park, that project was approved by council last meeting, and that went to Vanderwint and Sons. And so just a little update. So once that was approved, at this level, I went ahead and ordered the actual dog park features. I ordered those yesterday. So hopefully when spring comes, everything is here. We're ready to get going on that. Well 14, I was just informed this morning by Rich that Sioux City Engineering plans on starting the underground piping, so the raw water main, and we're taking sanitary sewer out there also. They're supposed to start that next week. That is it. That is all, unless you guys have questions.
Do we have to notify the county of that project?
We do have a county permit.
Okay.
Yep, that was issued last fall, I think, before we even bid it. I think we got that.
Any other questions for Jason? Moving right along, Jason. Good.
Good.
The next one is the finance director, the man with the money right here. It's just Jacob.
Okay, direct your attention to the last page, there is just the budget schedule. Kind of outlines how things are gonna go with the budget. I think you guys will want to hear. So now that the committees and everything are set, if anybody has any conflicts, let me or Jason know, so we can address those with the committee meeting dates. We have sent all the worksheets out to the department heads, and those are due back on Friday. And then we'll kind of go through inputting those and start the review process for those.
Anything else?
No, anybody have any?
Does
questions
anybody have any questions in regard to Jacob or any of us?
The morning of January 6th, Kenny, don't we have a utilities thing? Is that what we,
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so, so that's, but that's not a budget item, right? That's okay.
No, you guys have a full day that day.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, I was gonna ask, Dennis did.
Quick comment, Highway 75 is open now. It's done. The paving is done between Hinton and Sioux City.
Oh,
Oh, that one.
that one. Okay.
Let's go drive it.
Good. Thanks, Dennis. Any other good news you got?
Did you attend the supervisors this morning, Dennis?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Wasn't able to.
Okay.
I was just wondering what they did with the wages.
Yeah, well, they'll just accept it and then, did you go to supervisors?
I believe they're gonna wait till January to approve.
Right, it's
Okay.
usually they just accept it and then wait until they actually work on budget, but 4% is what the, as you were there, you know, is 4% is what the compensation board has recommended anyway.
We don't have a compensation board, but I've just mentioned it in 23 years on the council, I've had one raise. I'm not complaining, it's just a glaring difference of two operations.
I hope you don't strike. Are you gonna strike?
No. I'm too old to pick it.
Kevin, you ready? If Ken strikes?
Ken, I've been at Clem for 10 years, I haven't seen a raise, so.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I'd entertain a
motion to adjourn.
motion. Is there a second? Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year,
Thank you, Mayor.
because we probably won't get to see each other, but bless you all and good luck.
Stay safe.